So what I'll do is I will take a look at the chat and then we continue. So, okay, actually no chat. Okay, so, yeah, as being said, just continue and, what else? Yeah, nothing else. Here we go.
Gul'dan versus Rexxar.
Hunter.
Let the hunt begin. Your souls shall be
Mortal Coil is a keep. Shadow Flame, Defender of Argus are obvious known keeps. I would keep a small taunt perhaps, but definitely not these two guys. The Mortal Coil is definitely a keep against any kind of aggro hunter, it's really good. Perhaps we will even be able... let's see, against mid-range hunter perhaps we shall save for the mountain giant. We will see it soon enough what kind of hunter breed he is. So that's really good because now we can actually tap and Mortal Coil next turn and then utilize the mountain giant. It's really important to utilize the mountain giant. It's so much more value if you can actually make this happen. So this is also why we're gonna tap again. Just to bring this onto the board. At this point it should be obvious that our villain is actually mid-range hunter. A mid-range hunter means he will run freezing traps. The Shredder is cool with us. As being said, we really have to utilize these as quick as possible. Also, there's no doubt about him because this is 4 mana 8/8 and it will not get better than 4 mana 8/8. So that's really strong. Yeah, 4 mana 8/8 actually delivers a tempo swing blow. He just happened to draw the freezing trap unfortunately, but it's okay. It's like we don't mind. We have kind of a possible deal with it. Whatsoever, a watcher would have been great. Yeah. It's really annoying. What's so annoying? Well, we don't have Molten Giants, we don't have Healbot. These are the things which are annoying. Okay, here's the thing. If we actually taunt up this guy, we can actually freeze this back, which is a good result. What shall we do else? We can then also Dark Bomb this. So this will gets explosive too. Then we will be able to attack the face and even proc explosive. And we don't proc the Death Rattle right away. It's questionable. Damn questionable. Whether we should do that. But you do have 2 taunts, so we can actually do that, like if you want. Oh, okay. Go! Oh, and then there was a chance that he, and then there was a chance that he actually doesn't have a second secret. If he doesn't have a second secret, it's also great to deliver the blow on that guy. We should simply taunt that again, right? Mortal Coil. Owl Mortal Coil. I guess. It's very best. Okay, what shall we taunt up? Both or one? If we taunt up this, he can kill command attack, then we don't have this taunted. I don't know whether we want to have the other one taunted, otherwise he can play like Unleash. I guess it's better. We can let this freeze. We can also let this freeze. Okay, what about blah blah, like snakes doesn't matter, so we now attack this with the owl. It's better than the taunt, is it? What shall we taunt? We have now no means to taunt, but we have means to play the owl on that one, so let's do that. Okay. So now we can actually cross attack, silence Dark Bomb. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's the very best, but I'm just wondering, like, it's...
So many possibilities.
There was a reason why we played it in this way, right? Keep in mind that this is explosive. We have here what we have taunt. It's not that bad. It could be worse. No, this is like not a problem. No hit all, no hit all, wow! Oh wow, okay, never mind. Okay. We need the Molten Giants. Now we would need the taunt too. But we couldn't know that. We couldn't have known that. If you play Dr. Boom, this is 4 damage. Double kill command kills us. Kill shot kills us. If you Hellfire, we don't have any good drops. So it's probably Belcher. And the question is whether we should use the BGH. He will probably don't have like Dr. Boom, but if he got Dr. Boom, it's so silly, it's so bad, like not to like it would be so bad for us. But tapping is also a little bit difficult. I feel that probably BGH is the right call, no matter what. Sometimes it's really difficult to be sad, but he already spent 1 owl, so I mean tapping here simply also loses, by the way, against double kill command. Just to say it. I mean, he has had 2 cards, so he has had 3 cards. He spent kill shot, so it's not like that. I mean, it's not like that. Oh. Sometimes it just. Also keep in mind that we got like Sylvanas into Shadow Flame, but of course not. So. Alright, shall we go for it? Hellfire, super Hellfire, guys. Ultra Hellfire. Yeah, of course we go for it, right? And what about the explosive? Do we ignore it? I guess. And then we play Molten and Healing Pot, right? Gotcha. That's our future. That's the glimpse into the future. If we don't want that to happen, what shall we do otherwise? Shadow Flame? No. Well, yes, I mean, this attacks this. This clear anyways, right? Now we can do either a Hellfire. Okay, now that's important. If we Hellfire, we can either Hellfire, then this also dies, or we can attack first, then we Shadow Flame this. What's better? Shadow Flame or Hellfire? I guess Shadow Flame is better. Oh, but then we also have to do it, so let's do it. This like Shadow Flame, this comes out and this comes out. Haha! did he really just hit us 2 times for 4? Oh my god. But yeah, so... yeah, this is how it goes. Oh my god, we need Taunt so badly. What? Are you kidding me? What? That's usually not explosives, that's usually healing. Are you kidding me? Okay, I mean, we also got Defender, but... I mean, this should usually be freezing, not explosive. But he would never be that dumb to play that if the second one is not freezing, right? I mean, what I'm saying is he just gives us the heal bot back. I mean, that cannot be like... he cannot be serious about that. But yeah, okay, never mind. We just like, what? That's just so bad. It cannot be. It cannot be. So we try that he cannot hit the heal bot, yeah? Just in case he was really like, he really did it. What we don't want that it gets freeze, we don't play it for 7. But what we, next turn we play it for 7. And he cannot have lethal, it's not possible. Because he only had like 1 card and now he drew the second one. So that's at best 8 damage. So we made it, yes, well played. Well played, my friend. Okay, I'm just taking a look at the chat. Yeah, Kitty Rocker actually is saying it. Yeah, Decipher was asking whether I'm going through the things I go here in the stream in the tournament, and yeah, basically. Okay. Yeah, mid-range Hunter is not that bad, it's true. Like Maddox said, like Purple rank actually reached a good rank and won a lot with it, so mid-range Hunter should be viable. And also like Era made a good rank last month with it, I think, so I'm definitely sure it's kind of viable for sure. Even if it's not tier 1, it's for sure tier 2 at least. And why that is because it gains through the quick shots. And now, I mean, if you want, I can say a few words to that. So, whereas the quick shot was at the beginning perceived to really help Face Hunter a lot, rather than mid-range Hunter. In my opinion, that was like a very big misconception, which is even perceived nowadays. So the idea, or the general intuitive idea was, or is, that quick shot is better in Face Hunter than mid-range Hunter, and the reason for that is because it seems intuitive, right? I mean, Face Hunter actually empties the hand very quickly, and then the draw effect is better than, of course, a mid-range Hunter. Okay. But here's now the misconception. The misconception is that the quick shot is being used in Face Hunter usually to deal damage onto the face. And damage deal to the face is usually, like, should usually deal more damage than damage anywhere, to anywhere. So yeah, you can see it, for example, at the priest card that deals for 2 mana, it deals 5 damage into the face. Now, whereas this card would be insane for Hunter, I mean, that's not the question. But what I'm saying is, you pay for things you don't get in Face Hunter. So if you use the skill shot, the quick shot, I mean, I'm not saying it's super bad, but I'm just saying if you use the quick shot in Face Hunter, you pay 2 mana to deal 3 damage anywhere, but usually you use it to deal damage to the face. And that's not really great. Now you could argue, yes, you do the same with kill command, and actually it's true, but it deals 3 mana 5 damage, which is much better. Yeah, but I'll come to that. Like, I don't think we talk about the kill command here, but it's really about the quick shot. And then what is about this drawing an additional card? And the thing is, drawing an additional card is not that insanely great, and why this is because usually you won't have this additional turn. So if you draw something which doesn't deal direct damage or stuff like that, so usually how it works is like with Face Hunter, you have a lot of damage deal cards and other supporters like spiders, knife juggler and stuff like this. Okay, so how it usually goes is like you play the supporters first, they deal some damage, mad scientists are supporters, and you deal the very damage, like all the damage spells you didn't need, you just use in the very last turn all of them. And here's the thing about quick shot. If you use quick shot in Face Hunter as the last spell, you won't, like, you cannot really have mana free, because if you have mana free and you draw some crap thing, then you cannot really use it, so then you would do something else instead. Also, in general, you don't, and this is also surprising, but with Face Hunter you don't really want to empty your hand. You always want to hero power, so your hand won't empty that quickly as it sometimes will seem. On the other hand, for mid-range Hunter it's pretty good, because mid-range Hunter 2 mana 3 damage somewhere is much more utilization, card utilizing. What I'm saying is the card itself is much stronger than mid-range Hunter, because 3 damage anywhere is really used in mid-range Hunter. They really use this 3 damage anywhere. Very often it will go on creatures, yeah. But in Face Hunter most of the time it goes into the face, so the card itself has much less value. And then also the card draw effect will also be better, it will even be better in mid-range Hunter. And why this is because they can actually benefit from that. They will have like a roughly break-even board, and then drawing an additional card can really help a lot of the times, whereas in Face Hunter it's not. So yes, a quick shot for sure made the mid-range Hunter stronger, and you can definitely play that. The only reason I don't play that is because I think that it's not very good in the current meta. But this is only my opinion. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like if you want to know how I do this stuff, I mean, I can show you. I mean, probably it's a little bit boring, but for a lot of people it won't be. So, let's see, no. Infinite mana. Yeah, okay. So here we go. What is, by the way, yeah, okay. So how I do it is actually, like I do it like this. So I made like something like this, and then I analyzed a little bit like how often I face different classes. Well, I want to explain the formula, because it's really also like visually it looks like crap. Like it's, of course I did not I didn't polish it. Of course not. I mean, I don't need to polish it, because like the idea is that I'm the only one using it, so I just didn't polish it. But the idea is actually that I actually checked out like how often I play different classes, or how often I actually play against different classes. And then I have here, for example, with Druid, I see like how good or bad I perform against different kind of classes. And then the product of these will like get you some number. So depending on whether the meta actually changes or not, I can see which class is probably good to be played. So in the current meta, like this is roughly the current meta, I concluded that probably it's not bad to play Druid. And this number here actually tells you how much percentage you should have in average, plus 50. If your opponents are of the same skill as you are. So in the current meta with Druid, you should probably have a 52% instead of a 50%. So this is like just the advantage actually you get. It's it's alpha. You would probably call it alpha. I don't know. But this is means 52% with Druid in average in the current meta. So if you play against every deck, if you play 100 games, probably after the 100 games, if you're equally skilled to your opponent, you probably have 50-1 games after the 100 games. And the same goes with Handlock, and this is also why I decided for Handlock, because we will probably also win 52 games with this. And with Grim Patron we have a 51, we have much more, but it would be 51. And Magmage is not really viable because, as you can see, Magmage in the current meta, it just doesn't really make sense to play it because there's a little bit of freeze match, but it's also about the handlocks which are now coming back. So Magmage is not really viable. We have Paladin, and this is interesting because Paladin should in theory be really viable. It should in theory have 52, but then again I double thought about it, and the thing is, I guess if you have some Harrisons in the environment, you should probably deduct 1% in average. So this brings Paladin to 51%, which would make it viable. But I'm curious whether it's worth to actually begin to play Paladin, because if there will be more Grim Patrons, more weapon hate will be played, and suddenly it will be out of consideration again, so not really great. And here you got the question we had with the mid-range hunter, and the mid-range hunter actually should be at 50.4. so I guess it's not the very top tier, but it's definitely tier 2 at least. And then also I made something of the Dragon Warrior. This has 0. And what you don't see here is you don't see the weak classes, because for me the weak classes are of no interest, so I don't want to spend resources actually inputting weak classes. And for those who wonder, I actually also did it with the weak classes. So if you do the same with Shaman, for example, or with Shaman, you will get a -2. So Shaman should have an average 48% against the average deck, and after 100 games in the current environment. And and for Priest is roughly 49%. So these are definitely not viable decks, Priest and Shaman, in the current meta. But as I said, I really wanted only to do it with a top tier decks, because then I can always, these are the things I'm taking a look at. So if the meta, for example, would change, so let's say there would probably suddenly be no handlocks at all, then you would probably rather not want to play Druid, because Druid would only have a 50% then, but suddenly Grim Patron would be simply perfect to be played. So let's say Handlock vanishes, also Dragon Warrior will be a better choice then, but this is just for me, so it really doesn't matter. But for those who were wondering how I actually also determine, because people are also in generally very often asking what kind of thoughts I got regarding regarding the deck decision, what to ladder with and stuff like this. And I can also simply just give you full screen, but just to what to ladder with and stuff like this. And sometimes people are saying, oh, this is no good, or this is no good, and now this is good, and this is what just reached this and this rank, and now this reached this and this rank. Yeah, it's just completely silly. It's Affenstall. Ich weiß nicht. How do you say, somebody makes a high rank with a specific deck, and suddenly everybody thinking this deck is super great, whatever. I don't know. Let's make an example. Whatever, Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior, only 3 cards are exchanged. There are 3 dragons, or let's say you exchange Alexstrasza with the other one with a spell guy, which gives you 2 spells. I mean, as that would make any difference, guys. So okay, let's say somebody who exchanged like the Alexstrasser against the new guy, whatever he's called, I don't even know, the new dragon. And perhaps he also puts in then one infiltrator and throws something else out. It's simply a control warrior, guys. So what I'm saying is, okay, so this guy now reaches like, let's say, top 10 legend. And suddenly everybody's, oh, Dragon Warrior, super good. Yeah, but I mean, seriously, it's, I don't mind that, but I'm just saying, I mean, if you exchange like, usually if you exchange 2 or 3 cards from a deck, it can very well make a difference. But I'm just saying, if you exchange like something else against a Infiltrator, and if you exchange like Alexstrasser against this other dragon, they are really similar in what they do. So it's not that, I mean, it's still a control warrior. And it's really not much of a difference. So if Control Warrior was not insanely great before, now it could have like, let's say, 0.5% win percentage more. But that's it. And what I'm saying is, you should not take a look like who made like which top legendary ranking just like 10 minutes before, and then this deck is OP. But what you should do is like you should think about about the decks, how they interact with each other, and why sometimes a certain deck is very good in a certain environment and sometimes it's not. And given this, you can then evaluate yourself, actually. Yeah. Because also, like if you ask me like what kind of deck should you ladder, the environment is important. So if something which could be very good for legendary ranks could be completely rubbish, like as an advice, at rank 8, like at level 8 or at level 10, because at level 10 you just face different opponents. Okay. By By the way, let's check what rank we are actually in NA. I'm just curious whether, because like we made rank 8 2 hours ago, and I'm just curious how fast we will drop. So let's just take a short look, and just for my interest, it's so we got 7. Actually, if you don't play, you just climb, as it seems. Sick. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, so yeah, let's just continue the grind. So this is this, and of course, sorry, I of course answer chat questions. So yeah, I do this first. So yeah, because if you have any questions too, that. Yeah, Oka says Lifecoach doesn't support net taking and will not share his secrets. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, can we just I mean, like just a short thing to that. So I mean, I think I said it like many times, but it's just like, so here we drop like much quicker, by the way. So just a short thing to that. So yeah. I guess for answering the question, I do this. Okay, so just a short thing, because like now, like many people like net taking. What I'm saying is like, okay, there are two things. There are two things why I don't like have like my list like always open. Yeah, actually there are 3 reasons. There are like many reasons. Yeah, but I guess like this net taking thing doesn't really fit exactly into this explanation. So it's like, because it can just be understood wrong, and people like, if there's something to be understood wrong, they really like to understand it wrong. So I have nothing against like if our community takes the decks, even like exactly with the build like we provide, and then simply play them on the ladder. I don't have a problem with that, not at all. Okay, so the things I have a problem with is like So first of all, just a few points, but what I don't like is that people just come, take a look at the deck list, and take the deck list and play it without any love, or like without even knowing like what they just do. Because I feel that this is not a nice appreciation for our work. Yeah, because like if it's not, I mean, for example, Patreon is of course not like, I mean, that's a pretty fixed list, so this is nothing like, I mean, we tried iterations, but we didn't really succeed in our iterations, okay, whatsoever. But generally we try just like to build our like very own builds and also put in a lot of inspiration in there, a lot of work actually. Yeah, it's not only like work, but it's work, testing like crazy. I mean, in general, it's like really difficult to build new decks, and why this is because you build these new decks. But the thing is, usually, like, there's the swarm intelligence. So there's the swarm intelligence. They create like some decks which work and run. And if you now come and say, okay, but I could perhaps try this, and this should be better, and chances that it's better are probably like really slim, because like there's the mass intelligence and there's you, and so it's like the chances probably are like 5% that you're more clever than anybody else, right? Perhaps even less, 2%. I don't know. So it's really a pain in the ass. You try something, probably it's not good, because of course, it should usually not be good. Okay, what I'm saying is there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of work, and I want that our work gets appreciated. So I don't have a problem with people taking the decks, but I want that they understand what was going on. So it's like, what I don't like let's say we do something. So let's say we do some certain tech. Let's say we put in, I don't even know, like shield block and shield slams in Patreon Warrior, and we try it out, and we have our reasonings. Now people come and they take a look at the deck, and they say, oh, this is so stupid. Yeah, this is something I don't want, and also I don't want that people who actually simply copy the deck, that they don't have a clue how to play it. So this is why I am showing the deck from time to time, but only for those people who are actually willing to actually learn, also like taking a look at it, like only for the people who really like want to, yeah, like community members of course, but also generally like people who are serious about that. Yeah, like yeah, it's basically this. Like this is like basically the biggest reason for that. Yeah, okay, but okay, no matter what, let's play some games. Or like perhaps just. But now I didn't answer any chat questions, right? Okay. Trump is hosting us. That's awesome. We never hero power. Okay, I talked about the Warlock hero power in another video, and explained thoroughly like why it's a little bit unbalanced. But on the other hand, like it basically, like long story short, is like yes, the Warlock hero ability is insane, but on the other hand, the Warlock cards are not good, like the basic cards or the general cards. And what the Excel table? Yeah, of course I built it. Like it's nothing you can draw from the internet. And there you can also see like how close the margins are. So it's really about +1, +2, -1, -2%, stuff like that, right? So it's really close. Like we are not talking 20. And this is also something like people really like to do. They say, oh, this deck is so overpowered. It has like 65% against anything. Complete nonsense, guys. The edges are very small, tiny. Yeah, and this is also why you sometimes will see a shaman in the top ranks. Yeah, because it's also very swingy. Hearthstone is very swingy, so it means like swingy means like +-5 or +-10% can really seriously easily happen on 100 games. Like these are the swings we talk about. So if you actually have like, let's say, a win rate of let's say 55% on 100 games, every 100 games you play, you will like, okay, depending on the Gaussian Wahrscheinlichkeitskurve, like of the probability distribution, you will have like not always 55, but usually you will out of 100 games you will win, let's say, most likely between 45 and 65 games. Yeah, of course the likelihood of getting nearer to 55 increases. Okay, it's like a curve. It's like a bell curve. Don't want to explain this in detail now, but this is how it works. And of course, if you play, let's say, a shaman instead of a handler or instead of a druid, and you have like instead of a 55%, a 52% win rate, you still have this curve. So it's very well possible that you will overperform with a certain deck, and suddenly shaman is top 20. It can very well be, but it's in the long run, it's not very good. Okay, so okay, yeah, let's just play more. Okay, what? Oh yeah, Veridima. So yeah, we have to go from the analytical mode into the game mode again. So what is it? It's probably 70% Control Warrior, 30% Grim Patron. Probably because I mean that was like 3 days ago, but I guess now because Ale made some good ranks and stuff like this, probably it's 50-50, I don't know. Yeah, but whatsoever, like this is not good and this is not good, and Twilight Drake is of course good against both, and Hellfire is not good against Control Warrior, and against Patron is decent. But again, like we play double Hellfire, we play one Shadow Flame, and also like what is about him flooding the board? Do you really think he will flood the board? Never he will flood the board. He just loses against one Hellfire. So we can just pretend to have a Hellfire in our hand. Well, actually we got a Hellfire in our hand. Okay, fine. But we can still pretend to have one. No, I mean, never mind. No, we should not pretend to have one. Doesn't matter. It's okay to have one in the hand, however. It's not that bad. Okay, Molten Giant is good if Patron Warrior actually just goes stupidly face. Then it's always a nice to have. I like to have it. It's a nice to have. So should we tap however with one Molten Giant? Probably still not required. We will see what kind of warrior it is soon. Coining out Drake. The answer is probably no, because we will delay a giant. On the other hand, the Drake can get rid of this, so it probably depends on what he plays. Okay, that's for sure. That's Grim Patron Warrior. Obviously, right. Okay, double Molten Giant. Okay, sick. Now we have such a good hand. I'm always afraid if I blunder like with such a good hand. So let's try not to blunder. At the same time he blundered, I think, but okay, never mind. We do have double Molten, but we don't have Taunt. The moment we get Taunt, we just play Molten, Taunt, and we simply win. If we force him to actually address our life pari by pari, not if he can burst us down. So we could coin into Drake whatsoever. Why? We could also simply Dark Bomb this. Yeah. Because then we can actually play Giants. Okay, Giant into Tap Giant. Okay, so here's the thing. We can either play Giant into Tap Giant, or we can play Coin into Drake now. Next turn, tap into Dark Bomb. What's the difference? What is the difference? The difference is that he will be able to Whirlwind and draw 2 cards and execute now already. I'm not sure. And probably this is better. I mean, like this we can actually play giant, tap giant. Guys, was this a spew? Do you think that was a spew? I'm not sure. Like if we of course deliver a target, but let's say we play the Drake. The Drake is 4/8. I mean 4/8 means like okay he can hit, so it's 4/5. He taskmasters and then dies. So then we are looky dookie because then there is no Dark Bomb incoming. No, I think it was fine. I think it was fine. I guess it was fine. So what shall we do? It's like the giant or it's the Drake. What shall we do? I mean, if you think he has an execute, probably should first play the Drake. Also, he cannot play big GH then. On the other hand, this is of course more pressure. I think given that it's such a what? It's probably a Drake, yeah. Yeah, it's probably the Drake. I can just shortly explain why. The Drake is also dealing with this, but at the same time the Drake also has a sufficient life health count, but at the same time, and this is about the turn 6, I think turn 6, like if you play the Drake we only can play something for 3 mana, but if you actually play it like this, we will be able to tap into giant, and turn 6 we will be able to play something for 4 mana and giant. So and this is quite likely, much likelier than actually. And also, of course, this is not BGHable, and also it also takes care of that, and also it also soaks up and execute. So there are a lot of reasonings to play the Drake first. Yep. But then again, we can question ourselves whether we should have not coined into it. But as I said, like if you coin into it and he uses the pirate to get and the weapon to get rid of it, we would have had a really hard time tapping into nothing if he doesn't let us use the Dark Bomb. But okay, so now he's attacking, and that's a good result, I think. 3 damage on the Drake, that's a good result. If you execute this, is a great result. And if you armors up, it's a super result. Okay, perfect. Alright. So what shall we do? Yeah. No, our plan didn't change, right? I mean, of course we could play the Belcher, but the Belcher is not dealing pressure. Whereas this is really applying a lot of pressure. So if you got him, it's not really far away. And here you got like the play I talked about. Molten Mountain Giant into Coin Defender. Like that's the play. Yeah, I hope he doesn't have BGH. I mean BGH, but usually they don't even play BGH because it's also pretty like, let's say, close choice to run BGH even in this deck. I don't even know whether I concur with running BGH in Patron, to be honest. Okay. I mean, it should be natural to play the Mountain Giant, I feel. Mountain Giant, and then we can either taunt up or we can actually taunt super up. With the coin we taunt super up, but I think we should keep the Sun Fury because of the Moltens. So I guess, and we shall play it, and we don't need to attack these minions for sure. Like that's also if you take a look at this very moment, the Defender of Argus is actually still buffing 2, so that's also a really good result. And yeah, we want to deal the 9 damage. I'm aware of the fact that he can hear Whirlwind and then with Battle Rage draw an awesome lot of cards. But on the other hand, this is simply 9 damage, and if he would have attacked this guy, we would have forfeited a lot of damage. And 9 damage is really something. That's really eine Hausnummer. Also that's really like a big bunch of damage. Well, of course 9 damage is a lot. Yeah. Also, it's not being said that he has like Whirlwind, right? So, I mean, what I'm saying is, of course, like Whirlwind into Blood Rage would have been the best for him, but it's not even been said that this will happen. Of course, I can see also merits to actually attack this. It's not like that, but it's also like a Whirlwind is not like in this case. It didn't matter, as you can see. Yeah, so. Yeah, the 2 Mountain Giants are really impressive. these two guys. Really impressive. Ah, he drew the execute. Yeah, then we can only congratulate him. It won't matter too much, don't worry. I mean, he replenished a lot of life. It's like, this is the strength of the deck, right? But as long as Thaurissan didn't come down, we don't have to worry at all. So don't worry as long as Thaurissan didn't come down. We could tap and play Belcher if you would like to. The other plays like Windrunner. We can choose. It's up to us. Windrunner is pretty much really blocking him a lot. If you bring Windrunner to 1, it's serious business, because then he actually has to shoot it down. Or if you bring it to 2, he can never like double Whirlwind, for example. So having Windrunner stay at 2 health is like the super kill against him. It's really doing a lot. On the other hand, we stay more efficient with this, and we can still play Windrunner and Protector. Oh, and Windrunner into Protector, of course, is also like super duper. Yeah, okay. So, as I said, we don't fear him. We are not in fear. Because he didn't play Thaurissan. And without Thaurissan, it just like, this deck is not doing much. Like, the combo actually all costs like tremendous amounts of mana, and anything else, it just like, I mean, what could he do? Charge into Frozen? But what does he do with 2 mana? How much damage does he deal with 2 mana? Double Whirlwind? As we would care. It's only 1 Berserk though. I mean, what I'm saying is this deck is doing nothing if he doesn't have like, if he didn't play Thaurissan. Like, it's really not much he can do. I can see that there's Thaurissan now on the board, and I'm not very happy about this fact. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We are still trying to get like the damage in. Also keep in mind that he already played what? 1 execute, right? Yeah, I guess so. Everything gets cheaper. I cannot believe that we hit his face every turn with like the super giants, and well, I wouldn't say nothing happens, but okay. So as I said, Sylvanas is like incredibly strong. Because what shall he do if he simply plays Sylvanas and Toned? Yeah, I can tell you what he does, like nothing. Like, he just completely wrecks him. Okay, 14 damage, and yeah, as I said, we shall probably taunt up Sylvanas. Yeah. I'm just wondering whether we can get safer than taunting up Sylvanas, but I don't think we can even get safer than that. Healing bots, I mean, we do have double Moltens. Nah, not really. I'm also wondering whether we should taunt up Sylvanas, but I guess it's unavoidable. So, yeah. Why? Because we could die if we would not taunt up Sylvanas. There's a realistic chance that we could simply die. Even here we could still die, but this gets much unlikelier. This is. We could have played. Well, we could have played the heal bot, but no. Never mind. What is he even doing with the armor smith too? We will be able to play double Molten and Hellfire and Healbot. He uses all his resources. We know that we don't die because this actually blocks 1 space. Unless he also uses this to actually clear. So he could. Well, no, he cannot. He can never kill us. There's no way. Because he does only have so many slots. So even if he would attack, we take 1. Okay, if you take this, it's insta over, but you can see it yourself, like one has to hit this, so it's not running well for him. And even now, I mean, look at that, like, no matter what we take, I mean... What? Didn't he just... Did he not detect the war song? Are you kidding me? Hey, people nowadays, guys. Okay, I mean, like, are you kidding me? Okay. And the Molten Giants really don't want to come. Such a pain. I only got 3 cards left. Chow, Defender. Well, we could play the Healbot and Defender. Doesn't really work. We could 4, 6, 8 tap, Chow, Defender, for example. I don't really see it, to be honest. I just think like with 4 cards you cannot do much, so it's like I really don't see it. You could play the Healbot, Defender. I don't want to play the Healbot. I should play the Healbot. Oh, what was that? Oh shit. I messed it up. What was that? No. I found the only way to give him a chance to win. Are you kidding me? Huh? Nah, the owl messed everything up. Like I did see the play without the owl, and suddenly we draw the owl, and I'm like completely confused. Suddenly I was completely confused, guys. I was like completely confused. Like I just didn't know like what to do. Like, I mean, like, with the Chow it was really easy. Like, we simply play the Chow, Defender of Argus on these 2. This attacks 1, this attacks 1, and this attacks 1. Very easy. So, now we actually, like, drew the owl, and I was completely panicking. Like, I just played the owl, of course, okay, on whatever. This actually defended that and the owl. Are you kidding me, guys? I mean, like, okay, this defends this and the owl. And the owl, I mean, I don't even know whether this defends this and the owl. I don't even know that. Like, no, this doesn't defend this and the owl. This does defend this and this. And this sends in 1, the owl sends in 1, and this sends in 1. We end up with a 3-3 and a 3-1. Very easy. But we just didn't want to do that. Don't ask me why. Probably simply, well, I guess you can probably call it stupidity. Okay, let's try not to tail completely, because this is what I'm gonna do, like, if this continues. This is just madness. So here's 1-3-3. Do we even care about 1-3-3? What we can simply do is, like, we can drop these 2, and probably we ought to do that. Is there some unless? I don't even know whether there is an unless. We could even tap, play this, and the Sun Fury. And this is probably the best, because he is out of any executes. So let's do that. Let's just do that. But then again, we can also Hellfire, because if we Hellfire, it's even better. Right? I guess so. So otherwise we leave him at 3-3 and we don't want that. Okay. Should we taunt these 2? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we can also taunt these two. But I wonder whether this is strong or whether it's better to taunt. But you get the point, right? So this is what we do. And this is 8-8, this is 4-5. Perhaps taunting up the 8-8 would have been better. But in average, like, it doesn't play such a role. He already played double execute. Yeah, don't ask me, like, I mean, I'm also, like, I think this is, let's say, yeah, this is of course very clear. I think I'm really getting tired, so I will do a short AMA. Just if there are any questions open. Harrison Jones. Yeah, we really nearly made it happen that he could win, so that was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty silly. That was pretty silly. So yeah, that's like 18. Okay. I mean, if he says well played, he could also simply concede, but I mean, either he thinks it's well played or it's not. Yeah, I mean, why, like, nah. Okay, we just played as safe as possible. What does safe mean? This attacks this, this attacks this. Double heal bot. We are vulnerable to brawl then. I don't want to lose against any card. Not against any. So the question is it even safer to play anti heal bot and tap? We go to 16. I guess it's not safer, no. We should attack with the taunted one first. We just played completely safe. Yeah, we just go back to 26 and then we take a look what he will do about it. If he plays strange stuff like this, there is definitely a possibility that he could also run Brawl. I'm just saying. I mean, we have 10 cards here, 6, so even against a Brawl we protect ourselves here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, don't ask me. Okay, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, on the other hand, perhaps you can simply continue. I mean, it was really only about the owl, and that was pretty, how does it sound like? That was pretty unexpected. Yeah, but okay, no, we have to call it quits, because my eyes are also burning and stuff. So I really like just take a look at the chat questions so that I can actually answer the questions. Yeah, there were like a lot of charge guys. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was not, that was really not our best game for sure. That was pretty horrible at best. Okay, but so okay, but yeah, okay. So a lot of celebration, but no direct questions. So I will call it quits here. But I do the full screen to say goodbye. As I said, the next few days, like unfortunately, I mean, we are not bad set up on the ladder now with like, yeah, we are nicely set up so that we can actually go for like the top ranks on both servers at the end of the season, so that's good. What's not good is that I won't be able to play a lot because like of the Wiregame stuff at Castle Dracula. I told you before about it. But nevertheless, I think it was like perhaps before I'm leaving, like for a few days, perhaps just a short recap. Probably like that's like because I really want to say like goodbye for the next 2-3 days and and just a short recap of what happened. So weekly goal achieved. So we wanted to learn Grim Patron. I think we achieved to learn Grim Patron, so that's really cool. Also, it's really cool that we could achieve our goal to get top 100 on the server. Also really cool because then suddenly we could play something else, which is also very nice. I have to say today we also had like an insanely lucky run, so like really insane, like whatever. I mean, I can take a look if you're interested, but it was like, I mean, we are like lucky piggies here for sure. I mean, if I just take a look, let's say at the last 3 days, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Like we have like a win rate of 72% on the last 3 days, and I'm sure it's not like higher than 65. Like what we usually play is never higher than 65. Well, actually probably something like that, 65-ish. But it's not possible to get much higher than that on Legend Rec. So we have like a sick upswing, like really good. Like 72 is like a sick upswing. On the last 24 hours is like 78%. So it's like. It's not normal. We had a lot of luck. Not only like lucky with the RNG, but just the cards went our way. We went into very nice matchups. I mean, it's not that it was everything coincidental. Like 2 times we could actually trick our opponent by actually using the counter class and then winning this match anyways. But yeah, as I said, like it was also of course a lot due to a very good card swing and. Always having a nice answer to what our opponent did. Our opponents never had like the insanest draws, so that was also something to be considered. And also I liked like how we played today. Like it's we played focused, we took it seriously, and we didn't misplay too much. We definitely didn't make huge blunders, which is very important because it's really about the huge blunders. But I also think in the micro we really did a good job. So we also honored the small decisions, and we could also like, so even in the small decisions we didn't, like besides the last game, but of course at some point we just lose concentration, but besides the last game I think we really also made a very good job. Like then resulting in actually a top 10 spot on NA and then top 20 spot on Europe. So that's pretty cool. So a really successful week. And I really hope that, of course, this will continue, but I doubt so. But we will see. And also but for me, like also very important this wire game thing. So I'm really will give my best there. I'm actually in the group like with Firebird, so this will be a tough group too, because like 2 out of the 4 will advance, and yeah, Firebird is a very good player. So yeah, it will be tough, but yeah, giving like always our best, and bam. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. Also all the Zale watchers and also all the Trump watchers. I hope you also had your enjoyment, despite not being your favorite streamer. But I hope I could fill the gap from the usual stuff. Thanks very much for watching, and see you around, guys. Have a nice one. Bye.